Hello, I'm having a go at this. I'm not sure whether it's going to work, but look, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? I've just come back from a trip to West Australia, to Perth actually, and I had about 10 days over there. It was absolutely fantastic fun and met up with a lot of clients. And of course, I had two or three house parties. Oh, one particular house party was really quite riveting. It was with a lady called Esther. And when I went to Esther's house in West Australia, I walked into the room and she had about 8 people sitting around the dining room table. And there was one lady right opposite me, and she had a pair of glasses on, bright red like mine. And so I went to her immediately because she sort of resonated with me. And I could feel this energy around me of her father in the spirit world. So I said, "Oh, I think I've got your father here to say hello to you." And she said, "Yes, he passed away." So we had a bit of a giggle about her dad. I think from memory his name was John. But I said, "Well, John's very keen to talk to you about somebody called Malcolm." And she said, "No, there's nobody called Malcolm in my life, nobody at all." I said, "Are you sure? Because he's actually talking about two Malcolms." And she said, "No, no, no, there's nobody with that name in my family, nobody." So I was trying Malcolm and Mitchell and all these other names. She said, "No, no, no." I said, "All right, then we'll move on and we'll tune into something else." So I spoke to John and said, "Tell me some more things about your daughter." So he proceeded to talk to me about her home and where she lived, etc., and the garden and these pot plants and everything. And on we went with the rest of the evening. And at the end, I said, just think about that name, Malcolm. I'm pretty sure in the morning you will actually get the understanding of who Malcolm is. So send me a text when you do. Well, you can guess what happened, can't you? The very next day, I got this long text from this lady stating, she said, "Oh my goodness, I woke up and I remembered who Malcolm was." And I'm really staggered that I didn't remember at that time anything about Malcolm. But Malcolm was my first husband. And his father was called Malcolm too. And he'd gone completely out of my mind. She said, "I can't believe I'd forgotten all about him. Please, can you tell me what you were receiving about Malcolm? I would love to find out." At which point I responded, "Can't help you there, sorry. You stopped me." And I didn't get any more information about Malcolm. But the fabulous thing is, Malcolm is no longer a feature of your thoughts or worries, and you've forgotten all about that stage of your life, which is wonderful. So that was a real funky experience with a psychic house party. Another one, which was a little bit more moving and perhaps more heartfelt, was at Sarah's house. And Sarah had about 12 ladies there for the evening. We had a wonderful night, sharing all sorts of spirit messages from Sarah's mother, who'd passed away 12 months previously. However, before the evening started and I was driving along in my car, I felt the presence in the car of a young gentleman. So when I walked into the room, the first thing I said to Sarah was, "I've got someone called William with me. I'm pretty sure his name is Will. And he was in the car with me when I came up to your house." At which point she said, "You better stop there because we know who Will is. And he belongs to the lady that's actually running a bit late and is coming in about 10 minutes. So I said, "Well, I think we better wait because I can hear tennis rackets and tennis and that he was an athlete." And they said, "Yes, that's all correct," because everybody in the new room knew who Will was. Eventually, the mysterious latecomer arrived, and as I discussed it with her, she said, "Oh my goodness, I know who that is. It's my first husband who died at a very young age when she just had a small baby." So I said, "Well, would you like to come to another room and the two of us can sit and we'll do a little 10-minute private session?" So she did. And of course, the information flowed very quickly because it was just one-on-one with me. Towards the end of this 10-minute chat, all about Will and their life together and what had happened, towards the end of it, I said, "Just wait a minute, because I get the sense of your father being here too." And she said, "That's correct." Well, they must have known each other and got on like a house on fire, to which she added yes. They are actually standing as I see them in the spirit world, this wonderful place, and it looks far away from here, and it's a beautiful location. To me, it looks like a vineyard. Does that have any connection to them, to Will and to John? At which point, with tears rolling down her face, she said, absolutely. That is where we place the ashes of both Will and John. They are at the vineyard, and we own the vineyard, and they are at the vineyard together. What a lovely thing to have as a visitation when you're not expecting it from Spirit, from your father and your very special very young husband. So this particular lady was a little bit scary sort of moment. She wasn't expecting it. And her name was Susie, and she was just delighted with the information that came from both the father and the husband in the spirit world. You see, there is a world of spirit. However, spirit does not have a voice. So when you really, really, really want to contact them yourself, the only way you can do that is to actually feel them. You have to feel their energy or presence. So often you'll walk into a room and you'll have the sense of, oh, mum's here, or dad's here, or I can feel my daughter. And that's the way you connect with them in the physical world. So spirit does not have a voice. They cannot talk to you as it appears that I can connect with them. And what I do as a medium is allow them to use my voice to speak to you. And that's what mediumship is all about. But please know, you can feel your own spirit family members at any time when you're connected. You may see a dolphin, and that connects you with somebody that was part of an ocean sort of experience in terms of their love of the sea. Or you may have a piece of music that you relate to when you're driving along in the car, and all of a sudden the music comes up and you sense that particular connection with the person in the spirit world. And that's how we do it here physically. So please reach out to spirit, feel your way to them, and they will connect with you. Thanks for listening. Have a great Easter, and do enjoy all the chocolate eggs. Talk soon. Pam Bradbury.